welcome to My Skeptical Sister. We are recording a night early.
We are, because I'm going on vacation, bitches.
A very safe vacation, we should say.
Yes, everybody in... Oh, Ellie, don't get too
Ellie's
sad.
really upset about it.
She's sad about it. Everybody involved is all vaccinated, and we are going to be in a little beach house.
Yeah.
Secluded.
Like a little private beach, right?
I don't know. I don't know the details. I just know it's a beach house near the beach.
Okay.
So I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But I know that it does have a pool. So
yeah,
we're good. We are good to go. And I'm so pumped. And I have to just give a shout out to my husband. I mean, by the way, I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I know. I jumped right into it. I'm Erin, the believer.
You did. But that's okay. If you don't know us by now, what's taking you so
what are you
long?
doing? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
welcome. If you don't know us by now, then hello.
Yes, hello, welcome. Yes, there's the tone we meant. But anyway, so and I'm really hoping that this funky cold that I got, because it's not COVID, people, don't worry. But it is a little, spring cold that popped up. But isn't that funny? Like any little ailment now,
yeah,
you're like, you feel like you have to explain it. Like I want to wear a t-shirt that's like, I swear it's not COVID. It's just I've got some allergy funk or something going on, but that's probably why my voice sounds a little weird tonight. But hopefully it'll be gone by next week. And
hopefully it'll be gone by next week and by the next time we record this week.
Right.
Because we're recording twice this week.
Twice. And yeah, which is fun. I'm like, we get to do this twice in 1 week.
I know next week will feel so weird.
I know. Sorry. Not for me. I will not care at all. I'll be on the beach. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to my husband. He was so sweet because I need a break so bad, as so many people do. I know that I'm, everybody needs a break right now, but he gets to leave every day.
Yeah.
And go to work every day like your husband does. And then up until just this past couple weeks, we didn't ever get to leave. Right. So it was wearing on me. And so when my friend called me about this beach trip, because she's living there in Florida, she was like, look, it's secluded. It'll be safe. I promise. I'm like, oh, I don't even know. It's not even, yes, I want to be safe. But really it's like, well, can I leave the kids? And then when I thought I might bring it up to him, he was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Because I was trying to find a friend to get together with you because you need a break. I'm like, oh no, I've been that horrible to live with this past year. So shout out to him. And then he was like, don't just make it a short trip. You go for a long vacation. I'm like, oh week. My gosh, I have really been hard to live with this baby. But that's
now you're just ditching me. No.
I know. I invited you.
I know. I just can't make it work.
I know, but that would have been the dream.
My husband is not. No, I'm just kidding. We're trying to go somewhere on the summer and
save up that cash.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, not me. I'm like, I don't care if our whole family does something together. This is all about me. I'm kidding.
But not really.
Kind of.
That's important.
It is important. Self-care. We'll put this in that box over there. If you all want me to be a good mom, you better let mom have some self-care time.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
There you go. So yeah, all that. So we are, we're on Sunday. We usually record on Monday nights, and we are here on Sunday. So it's a little bit strange, but
yeah, I'm going to edit this sometime this week, and then we're going to record another one that we'll put out next week. So nothing will change for your all schedule. It'll
just us. So how's your week been?
My week has been good. It's been really weird, and going back to school with students for the first time since last March, and we're doing a weird hybrid. So my smallest class that I'm going to see has 3 kids in it.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. 3 kids.
3 kids.
What do you do with 3 kids?
I don't know. I actually talked to that homeroom teacher.
10 art projects with 3 kids.
I know the homeroom teacher. I was talking to her, and she said, I was like, wow, how is it having 3 kids? And she said, the 3-day is really hard. The day when I have 8 is so much better. Like,
isn't that weird?
Like, oh yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah, there's a weird balance about, there is one teacher that had 3 kids in her room too, and I went in there and she's like, I need more things to do. I'm like, that's so strange. Right. You think it would be the dream.
Right.
But then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, this is a lot harder to manage than what you would think. Interesting.
Yeah, I did walk into, we have one first grade class that has 15 kids in it. And our building is like an older building, so the rooms are really small. Mm-hmm. And I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, why are
there many kids?
Why are there so many kids in here? It like stressed me out. I was like, which is so funny because I'm used to teaching 30 kids at a time, but suddenly 15. I was like, oh, well, yeah,
when you've only been around your own kids for the past year, 15 all of a sudden is like terrifying for multiple reasons.
Overwhelming.
Corona is kind of like down on that list.
Right. Well, now that I'm vaccinated, I'm like
15 kids. This is crazy.
Yeah, I know it was really weird, but it's good. It's so good to see their faces and little elbow bumps because I can't hug them.
I know. I've been stretching. I'm like elbow bump on the left, elbow bump on the right, double elbow bump. I'm like, I just want to hug them.
I know. But I did get to go out to dinner on Friday night with some girlfriends from my high school who we've been friends. Well, a lot of them since middle school, even a couple since elementary. We've just all stayed friends, and we were all 6 of us vaccinated.
Oh, that's awesome!
And so that was so much fun, and just it's always a good time seeing them.
That's good, and I'm glad to hear that was the group because I did notice your van was gone. I'm like, that bitch got invited to go to happy hour with those Bloom teachers and did not invite me.
No, I don't get invited to those anymore.
Oh, right. You know who you are.
I don't know what I did.
Yeah, me neither.
But it's okay.
But it's fine. Maybe invite us back into the group. We will try not to hold a grudge. Anywho.
How was your week?
Oh, by the way, although I am going with the leader of their gang to Florida, so there's that. No, my week has been, oh my gosh, all over the place. It has been exciting to get back into things. My body hurts in places that I didn't even know I had. Like my inner thighs. I guess I just haven't been using them for the last year.
How have you been using them this week?
I don't know. I'm like, have I been doing squats a lot? I mean, I just don't sit down. I didn't realize like once I'm at school and in the role that I'm in, I am just constantly walking. I'm checking things. I'm just going, which is great. I'm so glad to be back in that. Like, that's my kind of exercise.
Right.
When it's my job to do it. I'm getting A, paid to do it. Right. And B, I don't even really notice that I'm doing it because it's just a part of my routine. But oh my gosh, I get home and I'm like, what is this part of my body I didn't even know I had?
Right.
So yeah, definitely weird parts of my body hurting. So that's been interesting.
Have you had the chub rub yet? Because I was like waddling on Thursday.
I hate the chub rub, but I didn't get it. I don't know if it's because my pants are thicker or what, but
gosh,
it's not because I don't got the chub. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, pushing a cart from room to room in the building was so hot on Thursday. I was just like drenched in sweat.
Oh no.
And waddling is what I was doing. I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, that is not fun. I know. I was definitely like old lady walking by the end of the week.
Right.
For sure. Okay. So the week was like, okay, but then sadly, and I'm Facebook friends with a couple of our fans, so they probably know. Sadly, we had to let go of our Willow girl, our big, huge cane corso, who has been our family pet for the last 3 years. I mean, she was a youngin'. She was only 4 years. But she had seizures, and it just got to the point where on Saturday, it was just all day long. So I'm not going to go into big because I can't. I cried enough on the last episode. So I will not go into it too much. But the weird thing is, and I know I'm already going to go ahead and debunk myself, but little Macy James, that's my 1-year-old, her second word was Willow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes it real sad.
So
she
sweet.
says it all the time.
Willow.
It's her favorite word. Willow. She says it all the time. Now this baby is a sleeper. She has, from the day she was born, I mean, she sleeps good.
Yeah.
And I've never had a problem getting her to bed. And so I know it's probably teething. But even, I mean, she's got her top 2 and her 4 bottom, and even those did not keep her awake.
Yeah.
Tonight, she's still awake over there.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I had to finally be like, I'm sorry, James, I've got to go. It's getting too late. But she just is in her crib saying Willow, over and over and over again, which is so heartbreaking. But I'm like, Willow's dead. Go to bed. I know. I'm like, oh, it's so sad. But so
that doesn't even have to be paranormal. Maybe it's just
I know.
Really
I
sad.
think she really is. I think she just misses her, and it's her favorite. And she does. She'll look around for her. Like when she says it, she'll look around. I know. So it is a little heartbreaking. But so again, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna let my guts up because trust me, I cried a lot yesterday. So we're gonna move past it, and I'm not gonna move past losing Willow, but in this moment, we're gonna move past it because I know I've got a really good story.
Yeah, and I've got 2.
You've got 2 really good stories. So we got a lot to cover tonight. So I say we just jump right in.
Okay, and we're going to sandwich like we do sometimes when we have 3. I've got 2 stories that are both a little bit shorter, and that's why I am going to
Mine's
read.
good in length.
Okay,
and good in subject.
Okay,
so I'm
awesome.
excited.
I can't wait. Okay, so the first one I'm going to read is by our repeat listener.
I mean, she's like our home base author or something. I mean, it's like we should start hiring her, paying her.
If we didn't have Ellie Snores as our mascot.
Right. Yes, that's right. Rebe would be.
That's right. So this is Rebe. Hey, sisters, believers, yay, and non-believers, boo, winky face. You say you need more stories? I've got you covered. I come bearing another story from the home of my youth. Yes, Eastern Parkway Highlands represent again. I was around the age of 10 or 11 at home, but certainly not the only one there when this one happened. I was watching TV in the living room alone. The living room was the bedroom of the previous owner. She was elderly and not in great health. Since my Grams had moved into the house, however, the buzzer was fully disconnected from all electronical sources. All electronical sources. You hear me, Megan? And
then take it out. Just go ahead and take it out.
Right. Sitting on the couch in the living room alone, I hear from the back of the room, Rebecca? It sounded unsure, as if it didn't know who I was, or it wanted to make sure I was, in fact, me. It definitely was not the voice of any family member. Furthermore, not a single person ever referred to me as Rebecca. Since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I have always been and still remain Rebe. Now, I have heard my name called before by things that weren't there. We pretty much all had. So, like any rational person, I ignored it. I may or may not have turned on a few lights and turned up the TV, but other than that, I stayed. I was watching my X-Files and planned to finish. Thank you very much. At this point, I started to hear a very slight humming noise. Think a phone on vibrate in a purse or across the room. You hear it, but don't. It's soft and subtle. Zzz. Mm-hmm. I started to get goosebumps, but remained still. The humming grows to a buzzing. Zzz. Buzzing from directly behind me, sounding more insistent than before. I shift away to the other edge of the couch, away from the dead woman's long, defunct buzzer in the wall, hoping to create distance from the noise. Obviously, it didn't do a damn thing to shift the mere 4 feet away. Then one last zzz, simultaneously with another, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
That's terrifying.
That's terrifying. It didn't shout my name, but this time it most certainly knew who I was and did not want to be ignored. I rose quickly and walked out of the room, leaving on all the lights and the TV, both big no-nos in the household. Walked down the hallway, up the gently curved stairs and straight to my mom's room. My mom, the source of love, my rock, my ever-present safety net and sanity. Aww. Mom, did you call me? I knew she hadn't called me. I just wished with all my might that she had. She only looked at me. I knew, and so did she. I remember her giving me a hug, and I stuck close to her side for the rest of the night. I hoped you enjoyed this story from the Highlands home of my dreams. Have you figured out which home yet? Maybe you should go on a scavenger hunt. Send me pics, and I will give you a yes or a no.
Don't challenge us, girl. We will.
I know, it sounds fun. It is just fun revisiting all these memories so long ago, but still sharp and vivid in my mind. Cheers, repeat Rebe. P.S. Megan, you had mentioned something about willing occurrences in your last episode. My take is slightly different if you care to read it. I think it has far less to do with the will to see or sense something and more to do with allowing them. You need to allow for the connections through time and space, life and death. Like I said, slightly different, but perhaps an important difference to make. Anywho, cheers.
Oh, I love the different perspective, but Rebe, why would I want to? I don't need to get the shit scared out of me. I'm like, you're telling me to allow a big buzzard to happen and then all of a sudden I get terrified? I think I'm good debunking. I'm going to stay on this side of life because like I've said before, I mean, I'm not willing it. I don't necessarily, need it to happen. I'm just saying it hasn't ever. But I agree. I agree.
One time that you can't explain. Whatever.
Well, yeah, that one time, but that was nothing. Except for that it was a whole drawer that nobody else could get out. Whatever. It's fine. But no, I think, Rebe, I think you're right. I think probably people who are more open to it probably have more experiences. But I also would say that I think those experiences can most likely be explained away by science. Because I think if you're more open to it, and those things happen, or like something scientifical.
Yeah, that can't be
That's
right.
definitely not a word. That's
Scientific.
Scientific happens, but it sounds more fun, scientifical. But if something scientific happens, you're not going to explain it away. You're going to be more open to it because you're like, oh, that must be the spirit trying to connect with me. Now, I will say that, I'm not like such a hardcore skeptic that I think that, things never happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I don't believe they happen to me. And so because of that, I can't say that I believe that they happen.
Yeah. I think the difference between your explanation and her explanation is exactly the fact that she's a believer and you're not.
Right.
Like, I don't think as a skeptic you could ever say it the way she said it and vice versa. Like, my defensive side is like, well, that's just because you're not open to it.
Right.
So, like, her way makes more sense to me than
you're willing this to happen.
Right. Exactly.
So if you're a believer, and it's very interesting. Like, people who just have different ways of looking at life.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it right or wrong. It just makes it different. Right. So I'm gonna support my skeptics here, Rebe. It's okay to be a skeptic because without skeptics, we would believe in a lot of weird shit. Like, we need skeptics to sometimes ground us a little bit and say, okay, let's look at all the facts surrounding all of this weird stuff and then maybe decide. And then maybe we can come to the conclusion of, like, it's unexplained. Like UFOs.
Right.
Like, I love what UFO stands for because it's like, it's just unidentified. We have no idea. It could be explained. It could be something that is, but right now it's unidentified. So that's kind of where I am on the level of skepticism. I'm a UFO. I'm unidentified foreign object. I don't really know. Some of these stories get me like, that's interesting, and I can't debunk it.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's my UFO. I just came up with that term, and I'm going to keep it in there.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I do too. So, Karen, thank you for your story last week. Yours was a UFO to me. It was unidentified. I cannot pin it down. Yeah. I don't need to. And I don't want to. But
flew through the air onto Aiden's cheek.
Oh my gosh!
It was a UFO.
It was literally an unidentified flying object. Yeah. So anyway, but back to Ruby's story, I would say, here's a couple of thoughts. Didn't she say she was there by herself?
No, she said there were other people there. She was watching TV by herself, but she certainly wasn't the only one.
Oh, okay. See, I thought that was like a little quip she was putting in there about, like, ghosts were around her. Oh, so I was picturing her there by herself.
Yeah.
So, okay. Rebecca, hearing your name, Rebecca, that is weird, but we also know that there are other people in the house.
Yeah, but none of them ever called her Rebecca.
Right, but TVs don't, is somebody else watching TV in another room and there's a person in there named Rebecca and you hear Rebecca and you tune into it.
This is the 80s. There's not TVs in every room.
Listen, if you live on Eastern Parkway, there might have been. I mean, that's a nice part of the hood, Eastern Parkway. I don't know. I'm just saying that it is possible that someone said your name.
Okay. What about the weird buzzing?
Like, if you were by yourself, like completely 100%, nobody else is there, that's weird. I would say that, like, your mind's playing tricks on you. But if you were there and there are other people in your family who also know your name, could have been a sibling playing a trick. Also could have been a sibling who's like, knows that this house is supposedly haunted. It's like, we're going to get her,
Yeah.
Who knows?
I feel like if I were to play a trick on you when we were kids, I mean, you go by your...
We would later by on. Megan. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, I don't think I would have the thought of going, oh, I'm going to call her by this name. I would still be
you
like...
You would say Rebe. Yeah. You wouldn't say...
I would try to freak her out with the name that I call her. It wouldn't dawn on me to be like, I'm going to call her by this name that nobody ever calls her.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're like super smart and crafty, like, let's really get her.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. But
or
like I'm saying, again, it's a possibility. It's not definitive. It's just it's out there. It's a possibility. Yeah. Now the buzzing is interesting to me. I wonder why it was never just taken out. Like, if you're going to go to the lengths to disconnect it, why not just remove it?
I've got I just noticed the other day, I moved my nightstand and saw like the old wires that were for the landline.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
They were kind of getting in my way. I was like, why do we even, like, I should just cut these out.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you just like, whatever, just put a piece of furniture over it, forget it. But I don't know. If I'm going to move in there and there's something that creepy in there, I'm like, let's get rid of that completely.
Maybe it looked really cool. And they're like, what a cool old, feature of this house.
And I think my debunking to that would be, how do you know? Rebe, you were what? How old did she say she was in this?
Around 10 or 12.
Around 10. So were you there when they fully took that apart and dismantled it?
I don't know if it's any less creepy if it wasn't disconnected.
Also,
that's also creepy. If it was still connected and...
I mean, no, if it were still connected, then that's just faulty electricity does weird things.
You're talking just about the buzzard.
No, just the buzzard. So you've got again, it is like a couple of coincidences. You've got some really crafty siblings, like I would have been.
Yeah.
Anyway, but who are like, they figured out how to do the buzzard or whatever, and they're like, let's get her,
Yeah.
But I don't know. But because it sounds like your siblings and every other story you've written are lovely people and probably would not do this.
I think she calls her oldest sister like an asshole on Facebook all the time. But
then it was a little asshole.
In a funny, lovingly.
Could be that little asshole or sister. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well.
Might be her. But either way, I think that my other question is, and I did have this, did she know? Okay, so she's 10 years old. Was this like a known fact that this woman lived in this house, died in this house in such a agony kind of a way? Like, to me, I'm like, I don't know that I'd tell my kids that, because that just opens up
but you have to think,
I'm not, let me say this with also saying, Rebe, your mother sounds amazing. Like, I remember from the last story, like her working her ass off. I think she was a single mom. I mean, I am not judging her parents. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, I put my kid to bed with an iPad. She couldn't do that because iPads weren't around when you were baby. But also, she sounds amazing. So I am not at all saying that she's a bad mom. I'm just saying, I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
Were you open to that? Did you know that information? Did you find out years later that this woman had died on that couch or in that location, and the buzzard part and all that stuff? Or did you know that beforehand? Because that makes a big difference to me. If you knew it beforehand.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't think I would tell my kid that, but I probably would tell Sophie, who's 11.
That's true.
Like, when you think of
10-year-olds, I think really young.
I know. It's weird because Sophie is so mature that she skews all my...
Yeah, she is very mature 11-year-old.
So when I think 10 years old, no way. And I'm like, oh no, I probably would totally tell Sophie.
Okay, but even Sophie gets spooked easily. So let's say Sophie has all that information.
Yeah.
And she's laying on the couch and, again, your brain, what is that one disorder that I was like, I'm going to use that to debunk everything. And I can't remember the name of it.
Exploding brain or something.
Exploding head disorder. Something like that happens, or a loud sound whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or just your imagination starts running with itself. And it's like, I can even just as a little kid, put myself back as a little kid and feel that heart racing of where you can let your mind go.
Right.
And so.
And I fully believe the story, so I don't want to feed into it, but she was watching X-Files, and that show used to freak the crap out of me.
I used to make Aaron watch X-Files because
I loved it.
I know, but I remember when I was like, it's fine. You were little.
I was little.
You were way too little to be watching X-Files, but I was like, it'll be fine. You'll love it. I feel like I made you do things that you should not have been doing.
You absolutely did. 100% you did.
And I loved it because, our other sister wasn't quite into it. And I was like, Aaron, but I don't think you were into it. I just kind of made you be into it. I'm like, and you would cry sometimes. It's fine.
It was really scary.
It's it is scary, but it's not don't tell mom and dad. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because I knew that they didn't quite understand what X-Files was. I love 80s parenting. What am I talking about? Sometimes I walk in, I'm like, what are you watching? And they're like, I guess it's okay. And I walk out, and I have no idea what's going to happen the next scene.
We're 80s parents.
We are totally 80s
We are
parents.
100% 80s
But you know what? We turned out pretty fucking cool.
That's true.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think it's fine.
It's fine. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about our parenting
I'm going to tell my, because I want to trademark this. Yeah. I'm a submarine parent.
Oh, I love it.
I'm the opposite of a helicopter parent. I'm below the surface, and every once in a while I poke up. You guys good? You good? I look every direction. Yeah, they're good. I duck back down.
I love it. And it's the best kind of parent.
It's how
they're self-sufficient.
Yeah, they're great.
They're still supervised. Yeah, from time to time.
I mean, Sophie did almost burn her house down a couple weeks ago, but we're not going to get into.
You caught it. That submarine shit came right up in time. You're like, oh, wait a second. That's why I check.
Oh boy. Well, anyways, Rebe, I believe that story. That sounds really creepy. I am absolutely picturing the little old sick woman in the Hill House haunting. I never know the name of that show.
I know, it's a bunch of H's.
Haunting on Hill House.
But it's creepy. Isn't that's a series, right?
Well, it is a series. It's weird though. It's almost like, what's that show I don't watch? American Horror.
Oh yeah.
Like the story changes, but the actors are often the same.
Oh, okay.
So the first season, so scary. Second season,
so slow.
I know. And then there are all these people.
Oh, that's hilarious. Mm-hmm. I just now put that together. Because I was like, why do I know all these people?
Yeah.
I remember watching, it was like, this is so boring, but these actors are very famous. No.
No, they're not.
It's because I watched that. At this moment, I just put all that together. I was like, oh.
I was so excited for the second season.
And then watching.
There are people who are like, boring. It's just people who say it's boring are just not smart enough. I'm like, then I'm not smart enough. Because
I'll be okay with
it's so boring. Enough. I wanted to be so scared. That first season scared the crap out of me both times that I watched it, because I watched it again.
So wait, people are saying you have to be super smart.
They're like, it's not scary. It's like romantic. Like the story is so good. Whatever. It wasn't even Twilight. It wasn't even that romantic. It was not that romantic.
No, I
was bored to tears.
No, I think I even went back and tried it again, and it was just so awful.
It's dumb. Okay, it was dumb.
Well, Rebe, your story's way better.
Your story's way better.
Rebe, you should be their author they should take a page out of your book. I was just thinking.
It looked like you had a really.
I did. I was thinking,
moment.
The sick person in her story was also like the sick person. I'm like, did she get
That's what I said.
I know. And I'm like, did she take that story?
No. How are we going to edit this?
We're going to take that part all the way out.
Oh, man.
Or not. Sorry, Rebe. Listen, my role is to debunk. Maybe you made that story up. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding mainly because I still want people to write in their stories. Because Rebe knows this. Rebe was like, she's all mad at me already. It's fine. Rebe's already mad at me. But other people, I don't always just go to, you made it up. I'm just saying, maybe in this case you did.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I think I'm ready for your story.
Okay, can we pause it and can I pee?
Oh, good. I need more wine.
Good.
Hunt Memorial Glass creates custom glass artwork using the cremation ashes of your loved one. They offer affordable, custom-designed glass jewelry, personalized glass sculptures, and beautiful glass marbles that you and your family will cherish. Please visit Hunt Memorial Glass on Facebook or email them at huntmemorialglass@gmail.com.
Okay, so first of all, you read that beautifully.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so professionally. But I'm very excited to promote this business. They do beautiful work. So, whether you're a believer or a skeptic of ghosts, everybody wants to memorialize their loved one. And then even pets, like they had a sun catcher with a little paw print that has the dog's ashes. I was like, if I'd have thought that with Corley, So anyway, my whole point is that this is just beautiful artwork. First of all, beautiful artwork, and then to have that sentimental part attached to it. I really believe in this product. Just a wonderful way to honor your loved ones if they pass on.
It's gorgeous. I think you should all check out that Facebook page. I definitely followed it as soon as I saw it. It's incredible. What a cool way to remember your loved ones.
Okay. I'm so excited about this story for multiple reasons. One, because I've never heard a ghost story like this before.
Okay.
Right?
That's
so
very
this is
exciting.
like outside of the box.
Yeah.
Number 2, get ready for this.
Okay.
I already told you earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, but listeners, get ready for this. This story comes all the way from Finland.
Oh,
that
my
means
gosh.
We international, bitches.
Oh, my gosh.
This story's coming from Finland. And I'm like, I'm like, what if we get an international story?
Yeah, I do think this is our very first international story.
It is. I know it is.
We know we've got some listeners from around. They've interacted with us on Facebook, which is great.
Yes,
and we
amazing.
Can see it on Anchor. Thank you, Anchor, for showing us. But this is our first story abroad.
This is somebody who is from Finland, lived in Finland.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right?
I can't wait.
Excited?
I'm so excited.
Okay, so, and it's all because of your hustle. You put it out there. So Erin's been working her butt off and hustling at some paranormal site. Do you want to plug it? Do you want to tell people where to go?
Actually, the next story that I'm going to read is also from that, and she mentions it. So I'll plug it in.
Okay, so I'll just get into it. Dear Erin and sister.
Well, it's because I put it on there, and she didn't know your name. I'm sorry.
My name is Megan. I know you're cool because you're from Finland and all, but my name is Megan. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
She's like, well, never mind.
Teasing. Okay. I'm still not sure if my experience is paranormal or not, but I thought you might appreciate it nonetheless. I used to live in a small town, middle of nowhere, Finland. If you want to Google Maps it, it's called, Now, this is the problem. this might be what, not because of you, author, because of us. Keuruu.
Let me see it.
Karoo? My parents still live there, and I often visit during long holidays. The town is pretty tiny with an ever-lowering population count, at the moment around 10,000. And a compact downtown with tons of rural countryside and woods spreading out from there. This story takes place in the middle of August 2018. My sister had a friend visiting from Greece.
Wow.
I'm sorry. We need to go there. Greece is on my bucket list for sure. Yeah. Finland as well. Like that. Those two places, I am going there. So I'm like, just have a friend pop in from Greece.
No big deal.
I'm like, it's nothing. Okay. He brought gifts for everyone. So in return.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. A gift giving?
A gift giving friend from Greece. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry. We don't do that here. That needs to be done. That should be. You go to visit somebody, you bring a gift for everyone. Yeah. Not just like the friend that you know, but you're like, a gift for you, a gift for you.
Yeah.
We need to be European.
Yeah. Okay. Or just have more European friends.
Yeah. Something has to bring us gifts.
It's my love language.
We need to bring it. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So my sister had a friend visiting from Greece. He brought gifts for everyone. So in return, Mom wanted to give him souvenirs that were local to either my hometown or Finland. I was getting bored at home, and Mom also needed to buy groceries. So I decided to go and help her shop. We drove downtown and left our car in front of our first shop we visited. Since we were not in a hurry, I suggested that we should walk around the compact city center instead of driving. Mom agreed. We popped into different stores, picking one item here and one there. The last shop that we were visiting was an actual tourist one. As we were walking towards it, we noted how the sky had turned a very dark shade of gray. We managed to get in and greet the woman behind the till, and then the rain started beating down, hard. It had been an unusually hot and dry summer day, and it seemed like all of the rain had built up and was determined to reach the ground right now. The heavy rainfall was accompanied by louder thunder and bright flashes of lightning. The lady behind the till had big dark hair and a heavy Russian accent.
It's like all I ever want to be.
I know.
No, I want to be here. Big hair.
You want to be here.
Russian accents are maybe
your favorite?
They're my second favorite. French is my for sure favorite to try. But Russian is very close.
Yes. Fun fact about Erin, she loves to impersonate accents.
I do love, and I love all accents.
Really good at it. Yeah. Okay.
Don't put me on the spot. It makes me nervous.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna attempt here in a minute because the Till lady starts talking.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why when I impersonate, I get into for some reason it's always New York or like she starts talking. What's that accent? Talking.
Long Island.
Long Island. Okay. Mom chatted politely about the weather with her as we started browsing the items. The store was very small and filled with local crafts and items plastered with local sites, few as they were. I guess because the town's so tiny.
Right.
While they technically had a big front window, the lower part, up to maybe waist high, was mostly obscured by tables and low shelves filled with merchandise. As Mom and the cashier grew more quiet, but the rain and thunder didn't, we heard a sound from outside. It was a metallic jingling. I didn't think much of it. The main road in the town center was under construction, and many things could make that sound. And if that was not it, a car might have been dragging a chain or something. Mm-hmm. The shopkeeper, on the other hand, got curious and shuffled from behind the counter to the window, saying, "That is..." How am I doing so far?
Great.
"That is... What is that?"
"What is that?"
"What is that? Should I do something?" "Very odd." The woman said in somewhat broken Finnish. So she was saying that, yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, both Mom and I perked up and moved into a position where we could see outside. What we saw gave us both pause.
Okay.
There was a man already walking away, so we could only see his back. He was hunched over, and he was moving very slowly with great difficulty for a very obvious reason. Those are, what do you call them? Chain? The shop.
What do you call them?
What do you call them?
James?
I need to get yeah, do it again.
What do you call them? James?
There it is. The shopkeeper suggested shackles, both Mom and I corrected as we kept on looking. The man had very, very heavy shackles on his feet. The metallic noise came from the chain hitting the ground between his steps. Did he escape somewhere? But no, there are no more institutions.
Is this still your Russian accent?
That is. Was it horrible?
No, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah, whatever. It's horrible. The shopkeeper pondered, referring to the mental institution the town had once boasted. As the distance grew, we all relaxed a bit, but kept talking and trying to guess what that was all about. I actually opened the door for a moment and stuck my head out, but I was only rewarded with wet hair. The man had already walked away. Mom ended up calling the police in case it was something someone should be worried about, but that didn't go anywhere. I checked both with local news and social media, but no one else seemed to know about it. Which, okay, that tells me, like, it felt so real.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like, this is, like, what was that? Right. You know? Okay.
Which proves it's a ghost? Yes.
No. It proves that it happened. But I'm still like, what was it?
Okay.
I later read that no official institution is using these heavy shackles anymore, which isn't a surprise, really. They looked old-fashioned, and the prison system did away with them in the 1980s. When we told my dad...
In the 1980s? That's not long.
I know.
Long enough ago.
How awful was that? Yeah, back in the 1980s. When we told my dad, he claimed it was a protest. But why would you stage your protest during a rainstorm
all by yourself?
Right, in the part of town where no one lives. But I could see Dad's point, like, well, he was trying to make some sort of political point about shackles and something. I mean, I don't know Finland's political stance on things, but
still, in the middle of a rainstorm, they're lucky they heard it.
I feel like I watched a documentary that was like, Finland's prisons are amazing.
Well, post 1980, I guess.
Yeah, right. Okay. And we might need to check into that. They could be horrible. I don't know. But I really think that I watched some documentary and I was like, this is how prisons should be. It's all about rehabilitation. It was beautiful. I think it was, I'm like 90% sure it was Finland. I just remember after I watched it, I was like, we need to move there. Not because I plan on going to prison, but I'm like, that's how you should treat people. Human beings that need rehabilitation. Okay, sorry. That was a tangent. Okay. The prison system did away with them in the 1980s. When we told my dad, he claimed it was a protest. But why would you stage a protest during a rainstorm in the part of town where no one lives? There were no other people outside, and on the other side of the street was an almost empty parking lot. That kind of debunks my own theory about it being either a film shoot or an art project. There was no one recording it. And why would you shoot in unpredictable circumstances that are hard to replicate if you need to reshoot? I love that she debunks her debunking.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing my work for me.
Yes, the believer is so happy right now. No, I don't think so. My roommate said that it might have just been a genuine strange person, while my best friend called him a cryptid. Another friend, I love all of these. Like, I want to sit at, first of all, in Finland or Greece. Oh, I mean, let's go to Greece and have this conversation. I don't know.
But I'll go either place.
Imagine sitting at this dinner table.
Right.
Here's what I'm imagining. Epic food. Like
so good.
Amazing food. And then wine
galore.
And this conversation is going into depths of what it could
probably be. Not in the language that we know.
Yes, but I don't care. I'll sit back and I will just take it in, the wine, especially the good food, especially. But yes, couldn't you just like love to be in that conversation?
Yeah, all that energy,
that energy, and yes, can't you see? It's like it's just like a movie. Okay, this theory is interesting to me. Okay. Okay. So we've already said maybe it's just protest, strange person, movie. You know what? All these different things, right. And then one person says,
all of that sounds like it could be Louisville. Any one of those things,
right,
fit right into Louisville.
Yes, it does. It does. A cryptid. We've got cryptids.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. If you hadn't listened, go back and listen to that episode. Okay. So another friend suggested it was a time slip.
Oh, I love.
We've never gotten into that.
I love those kind of stories.
And isn't that a thought?
Yeah.
Right there. Weird storm. Electricity's happening.
Right.
Time slip.
Oh, that's what it was.
And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about time slips. I feel like time slips, in a weird way, are more on my cryptid level. They're more possible than ghosts.
I don't believe in a lot of cryptids as we have discussed, but I'm down for a time slip.
Yeah, for some weird, strange reason, I feel like science is going to find out time travel.
It makes me think of that one really weird movie with something Adams. What's her name? Little cute redhead. Jennifer Adams? That's not it. What's her name?
Emma Adams? I just give you Emma Stone, redhead.
No. I don't know. But like she's talking to aliens and the whole time you're watching this movie. And then it turns out, and it's like time is a loop. It's not. Yeah. It's not a linear thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because time is a weird thing. In fact, I just thought today, literally just had this thought today while I was making my bed. And I don't know why. I don't know why this thought came to my head, but I was like, why do we work on a 7-day schedule?
Yeah.
Who came up with that? I mean, I know biblically.
Yeah.
Why? Because Sundays. Yeah. But also I'm still like, work days. What if we did like 4 days of work, 4 days off, 4 days of work, 4 days off?
Yeah.
Where does it say? Like, why is that so set in stone that you have to work more days, 5 days, and you get 2 days off?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. We should go to, equal. You work 4 days, you get 4 days off. Well, let's work 5 days. Let's get 5 days off. Why are we having to work?
Coming from the teachers who get all summer off, but we earn it.
Oh my God. Don't even get me on that right now, because I've had enough wine at this point that I could go on for how long teachers work and deserve that.
Yes, we do.
Whew, I almost slipped in a really bad word there. Summer. We deserve that summer.
I have never been more ready for a summer. Cannot wait.
Seriously. Oh man. Okay.
Sorry.
So but seriously, time slip.
Time slip. That's what it is. I mean, I want you to finish her email. However,
isn't that crazy? Like to think that?
Because there was already, she said, there used to be an institution like this.
Okay, I don't want to see a ghost anymore. I want to see a time slip.
Oh.
I want to see both, but I want to see a time slip. That's crazy. Whoever or whatever it was, I was thoroughly creeped, and so was my mom. The Greek visitor. I love the Greek visitor.
Yeah,
probably
me too.
also because he's hot.
I picture him.
Aren't you picturing
hot?
So hot. I'm like, let me see a picture of that guy. I'm just saying, I'd like to take a peek. Okay, at the Greek. That Greek's like, you are such a dork. I do not want you peeking at me. Okay. Anyway, the Greek visitor, on the other hand, was really excited about the story and claimed that it was all he wanted from his trip to Finland.
Oh, so that's awesome.
You don't need to give me anything else. Just that story was enough.
Oh, how cool.
I love that Greek guy.
So good. Your husband doesn't listen.
I love this story. I love this story. I hope this works for you. Yeah, it did. It was amazing. I'd like to hear what you think. It was such an odd thing. Love, Ula is what I'm guessing. Ulla. Ula?
Ula.
Might be Ula.
Okay. Yeah, that was awesome. That is such a cool story.
Isn't that the coolest story ever?
Thank you so much for sending that in. I love the possibility.
A time slip? We've never had that yet, I don't think.
No, we definitely have not had that. Although maybe you could say that all ghosts. Like, that's what I am always curious about.
I might be open to that.
Because, like, maybe...
Like, they just keep going?
They just keep, a residual haunting. That's what those are called. It's
like, my God,
they
just name?
Yes.
I feel like you're the most smartest person I've known.
Thank you so much. Waited so long for you to say that.
Let me read that. I feel like you're the most intelligent person I've ever met.
Thank you.
That sentence was so grammatically wrong, and I was like, I can't say that and then make myself sound like an idiot. Okay.
No, a residual haunting is the idea that people just go on doing what they did when they were alive, and they just keep going. Like, if I always did the same thing every morning.
Oh my gosh, this is reasons why we need to get out of this routine.
Yeah, right?
Let's go travel the world.
Right.
But yeah, I'll be Karen for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And keep doing her routine, travel the world.
Which is no routine. So she would never have a residual haunting herself. But
it's something you have to do.
Yeah. Like,
or factory workers. So that's where they're going to have to live the rest of...
That's when you think, like,
that's horrible. It's so... I do not believe in any of that.
But honestly, like, I don't feel like... With residual hauntings, in my mind, it doesn't feel like it's an actual physical spirit doing that over and over again.
It's just the energy.
It's just like, it's like an echo of what they did before. And so you see it. Like, it's so present in that space because it's like a, like a worn-in shoe. That little moment is there. It's always there. It's just something that has happened so many times that it just might echo and you might happen to see it happening. Like, it doesn't feel to me like they're physically a ghost doing that thing over and over again.
Well,
it's almost like, I know you're not going to get this because you don't like Harry Potter or don't care about it, but like in the second book, when he goes in the diary and he gets to see a memory, it's like that. Like, I'm just seeing a memory. He couldn't affect the memory in any way. The memory didn't know Harry Potter was watching it in any way. They couldn't react to it. But it's just seeing that little moment in time being played out. I feel like
I could do that at any point. I see my memory.
Like, yeah, but you're seeing somebody else's memory. Oh. Which is why they say that, like, ghosts can't go... They can only do the pattern... If you remodeled your house and added an addition, that ghost would never go in there because they never went in there in their life.
Okay.
Have I made you a believer?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I feel like this is all bullshit. But I'm following you on, like, your theory of what you're saying, which is interesting to me because if I were a believer in all that, like, that would just build an addition. Like, if you got a really scary ghost,
just build and only live in your addition.
Came up with your solution. There you go.
But see, I don't feel
Katie. Or no, I'm sorry. Carrie from last week.
Yeah.
Build an addition and just live in that room. I mean, go to your kitchen, close all those cabinet doors, but sleep in that addition and you're fine, girl. You got this. You can during the day, you can deal with some chimes. You'll be fine.
Right. I don't feel like everything is a residual haunting. I feel like there is like a type of haunting where they can sort of interact with you and kind of mess with you. But I feel like if you were to ever just see like a presence wandering in your house, not paying attention to you at all, I feel like that's more residual.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so here is my second story. And it's really cute because at the very end of it, she was like, wow, that was long. It's not long.
Oh, yeah, we like them long. We like them long. Oh,
hey, yes, we do.
I mean, yeah, got a little too personal there for a second, but whatever. If you need to know, we do.
Okay, here we go. This is from Carly. So I'm just going to get into it. Hey, y'all. I saw your post on ATWWD Stories, and that's why we drink, which is a podcast that I've kind of dropped out of a little bit. I might go back into it. Their episodes just got very, very long.
Oh.
And I don't have to do
that. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that except for ours. If ours get really long,
yeah, you all better make time.
Y'all got time for that. But if anybody else's, cut them off. You go listen to ours.
I know. I feel like this episode is going to be longer than an hour. So I'm like, oh gosh, sorry guys.
You just called them out for what we're doing.
Well, some of them are like 2 hours long. And I do.
Nobody's got time for that. No.
But anyways, we'll see. I might go back. They're a great podcast. So anyways, I saw your post on ATWWD Stories, and I have a probably not that interesting story, but it certainly freaked me out. And let me just tell you that I read this story, and it's interesting. So as our family would say, "I'll lick your nose." That's what you say when you put yourself down. And our mother would lick our nose, and it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I feel like it was the like now that I'm grown, that is the strangest
I have licked my children's nose, and it's a threat that I give on the regular. And Penelope will say, "Don't lick my nose." I'm like, "Well, then don't you say it, because I'll lick that nose."
I know it does. I think it is a way to teach great self-talk.
Yeah,
but it is such a weird way to teach. Like,
oh.
Who came up with that? It's in our own family. And I'm like, who was the first person to say, I'm going to lick your nose? Because you're not just punishing the person.
Yeah, it's not great to lick their nose.
And we're also in COVID time. Like,
yeah,
I don't care what you say about yourself right now. I ain't licking your nose.
I will still lick my children's nose right now. And I've done it during COVID. I've done it. I'll do it again.
I'm going to throw up. No, that died when I left that house. I was like, I am not licking anybody's nose. I don't care what they say about themselves. I'll put them in therapy.
It died for you. It didn't die for me. So, Carly, you better be glad we are
don't lick noses.
Not close. I don't know where you live. If you live in Louisville, watch out, girl, because I'll lick your nose. I manage a restaurant, and the building is haunted as fuck. I'm not sure how that happened, but I digress. When I first started, I thought I was just freaking myself out about being there alone. But now I've talked to multiple co-workers, so I love collaboration. I love somebody who's like, this happens, who have experienced the first thing. The spookiest encounter I had was actually with 2 other people around. We had been talking about the haunting late at night, and we're just finishing up closing the store out when we heard a man laughing out in our dining room. All of the doors were locked, but we thought maybe we had missed a customer. We checked the entire restaurant, and there was no one there. After that, we grabbed our stuff and hauled ass out of there. I refused to be alone in the building for months after that, but obviously had to get over that because I spend a ton of time in there alone. Things kept getting more spooky with random noises and things moving around when no one else was there. A few weeks ago, I was working an overnight to do some catering when my music started repeating the same song over and over again. Spotify showed that something else entirely was playing this whole time. Then all of the automatic paper towels dispensers went off at the same time.
Are they all connected?
To her Spotify. Okay, so then all of the automatic paper towel dispensers went off at the same time, and I lost my temper. At this point, I was so done with the ghost bullshit. I yelled, "Could you fucking not?"
Oh my gosh. I love that response. I'm not going to be scared.
Right?
I don't have time for this.
Right? I know. I love it. And everything stopped. My music shut down. All of the random noises stopped. It was random and also made me feel like a damn ghost whisperer.
I love it.
I know.
You are, girl. You got this.
100%. Since then, things have been pretty chill. Said entity still fucks with me some, but I'm not scared anymore. Wow, sorry, that was longer than I thought and possibly doesn't make much sense. I totally understand if you don't want to read it.
Oh,
anyway, I know. Thanks, guys. I love your podcast, Carly.
Oh, thank you, Carly.
I know. That is so interesting. And Carly, listen, you probably don't even know this yet, but I am not good at saying fuck.
I know. You read that.
I had to say it so many times.
I'm saying it so much.
I know. I feel like I got red. I'm so dumb.
You did. You blushed. You were blushing while you're saying it. Like, look at her just dropping that F-bomb.
So embarrassing.
And blushing at the same time because she has to.
It does not offend me in any way to hear it.
But having to say it,
well.
That's mom. Mom one time kicked out one of my college friends, like within 10 minutes of meeting him. And he was like, because you get this cool vibe from mom, like she's just super cool. Mm-hmm. And then he dropped the F-bomb and she was like, you got to get out. And I was like, Mom, I'm in college now. She also, one time when I was in middle school talking to a high school guy, which, okay, she was probably just looking for a reason. Like now I'd be like, oh no, whatever. But
you better get.
I remember like being on that, like not on a cell phone, like landline, sitting in the kitchen, talking. And I was like, well, that sucks, Kyle. And she picked up the, like, out of my hand. She said, we don't say suck in this household. And hung up the phone. I was mortified.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's mom, because mom cannot stand the F word.
I know.
Which, it is abrasive. It is an abrasive word.
Yeah. Again, Carly, I'm glad you wrote it exactly how you did because it was awesome.
Yeah, I feel like the F words were needed. They were in the right place.
I just hope I did it justice. I hope
you did. You read it flawlessly, which the whole time I was like, look at her go, because I knew it was killing you. I knew it was. Oh, that's hilarious.
Such a dweeb.
No. You're just such a product of mom.
But her story is good, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's good. Here's what I'm going to say. An establishment like that, again, I think it's coincidence. I think you were like,
okay,
angry, but all at the same time, they all went off at the same time.
Yeah. Why would they all go off at the same time for no reason?
There is a reason, because it's electricity. I don't know how many more ways to say this. It's electricity, and electricity just does what it does. It malfunctions.
In sync with her phone that is running on like its own power system. It's already acting weird.
That you know of. I mean, I feel like, like if there's like a glitch, like, and everything shut down at one time.
The Matrix, maybe.
Maybe. Again, the time lapse. Who knows? That I'm more open to. But I still feel like if it's anything electrical, anything like that, to me, I'm just like, that you can explain it away. Because I don't understand how electricity works to begin with. So there you go.
Okay,
it was electricity. Good luck.
What about they're all standing around talking about how creepy this place is, and then they all collectively hear a man laughing and nobody's there?
Yeah, they're in a bar. People laugh in a bar.
Yeah, but they were closed and the doors were locked and they looked around.
Yeah, people try to live in bars.
They immediately went out and looked and nobody's there.
I mean, that is just... There is somebody somewhere laughing. I will hear things in my house all the time.
Because your house is haunted.
No. I mean, I'll hear like people passing by. I will hear stuff that I'm like, no, that's weird. I shouldn't hear that. And then I catch it and I'm like, whatever. Your kids are the ones outside my door laughing. And I'm like, go home. Quit laughing right outside my door. No.
Okay. But, let's say I was the ghost and I had been messing with all these people, like, oh, they're going to think this is creepy. And then I hear all of these people talking about how scared they are because of me. I'm going to go, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. Imagine me, a patron, trying to get in.
Oh my gosh.
And I hear through the door,
whatever,
all these people talking about how scared they are because of a ghost. I'm like, sign me up. I got my maniacal hands going. Here I go.
Whatever.
I'm going to scare the shit out of these people.
Have you seen that little clip that went around Facebook for a while of like, it says my sister is having a slumber party and they're playing Ouija board, and then you see him at like the electrical switches.
Oh, okay.
Like the big one.
Oh, okay.
What is that called?
Switchboard?
Is that what houses have?
I have no idea. I don't think houses have switchboards.
No, like if our power went out and you had to flip the switch.
The outlet? Go to the
outlet. What is that called?
Hold on. I know this.
This is embarrassing.
Hold on. What would I say if the power went out? I'd say, go check the box.
Switchboard.
Go check the box.
A switchboard. It's called a switchboard.
That does not sound right. Go check the switch.
Fine.
Go check the electrical box is what I'd probably say.
Electrical box. Okay, so then you see him at the electrical box and he's just flipping it, and then you hear all these like little 11, 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
But no.
See?
But no.
Thank you, Aaron.
No.
That cartoon right there.
It's not a cartoon. It was a video.
That little video, whatever you just said, that proves it.
No, it does not prove
it does.
anything.
There could always be somebody who's like, I'm gonna fuck with them. Now it could be somebody from the future or the past.
Because now that door's open for you.
That door is now open for me. But yeah, it could be somebody who's like,
no,
I'm gonna mess with them.
No, because if you hear somebody inside and you know what that sounds like. I mean, you and I both worked. I worked at like a little tiny cafe, but I know that sound of someone inside.
Yeah.
The cafe or inside the eating area, the diner, whatever.
Yeah, but I've also worked in really big restaurants where it's like, so like, how big was this restaurant? Because some restaurants are really big. Some restaurants are also in, like, they've got neighbors. They've got chain,
I don't know.
Not chain restaurants. That's what I'm trying to say. They've got like a
neighbors, just
like in a strip mall.
Yeah.
Where they share a mall. My gosh, they
share
a wall on both sides. So it could be neighbors on either side.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility. Here's my thing. As a skeptic, the doors are, you all keep talking about wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as a skeptic, though, they're wide open. It could be just about anything.
I don't know. Okay.
So it goes both ways. Like, be open to this, and you're not open enough, and you know that. At the same time, maybe you just think it's this one thing. It has to be paranormal.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. There's a lot of things it could be.
Well, I like that Carly stood up for herself. And was
like, definitely. She was like,
here's my boundary. Don't do it anymore. But then I feel like it's proof that then everything stopped.
I mean, for her it is, and it's great. but I'm glad it taught her to stand up more often.
All right. Well, thank you, Carly. And I think it is time for your fan favorite.
Oh, I got one. And I got one that I'm excited for you to hear about because she's actually one of your friends, I think, in real life. But I didn't tell you that I was picking her.
Okay. I'm excited.
Got a guess?
Let's see. Do I have a guess? Last time I had a guess, I guessed Mary Poppins, and I was way off. So why don't you just go ahead and tell me?
Okay. It's your friend Amber.
Oh, Amber. Yes, from high school.
Yes. You love Amber. You talk about it all the time. So Amber is one of the reasons I picked her is just she responds to everything we put on Facebook a lot, but then also you can just tell she really does listen. And I love the other day she posted some picture of her with her feet up and she's in slippers and she was like, don't judge.
Listening to us on her TV like some savant. How do you do this?
Oh, was it on her TV?
Yeah, it was our picture on her TV that said my skeptical sister.
Shut your mouth. I didn't even zoom in or see that.
Yeah.
I just she's like, don't judge. I was like, don't judge what? Your house looks amazing because you are momming.
Yeah.
And momming hard.
Yeah.
And you're little, because isn't she the one that you said, this is the second reason I picked her, because I read this review and it was like, my 8-year-old son loves you. And I was like, oh my gosh, Erin, there's this. And she was like, it's Amber's son. It's fine. But I'm like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. First of all, and hello to Amber's son.
She calls him B on Facebook. I think she's mentioned his name fully before, but she always
okay. I didn't know. I was just gonna say Amber's son, but okay. Hello, B.
I think B is okay.
Hello, B. Here's the thing: is that we are not your teachers. Therefore, I don't care. You can listen in all you want. If your mom says it's okay, it's okay. So anyway, but I'm just saying, like, she just is very present on Facebook, and also has reviewed us. She's rated, reviewed, and subscribed, which is what we ask.
What else do we need? Nothing.
What else do we have to say?
Maybe a story, but no.
yeah, from time to time. But she does address that, and she's like, "Hey, girl, hey, I really do love the podcast." You said it a lot cooler. Hey, girl, hey. I really do love the podcast. I don't think there is a podcast that I listen to that I have heard every episode of.
Aww.
And some of them twice.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And
I know.
Before you say anything else, you know those friends who like they're acquaintances when you're in person. And then later, like way later, golly, I don't want to say how later, but later in life, you're like, see them on Facebook and think, oh,
I had such an affinity for them.
We should have hung out more. I missed opportunity. And Amber is definitely one of them. She cracks me up on Facebook.
Yeah, she sounds funny. She's great. I mean, I've never met her in person.
She doesn't live local anymore, as far as I know. I think she moved away. So,
even though I don't believe she's on my side.
Oh, come on, Amber.
And nothing has happened to me. And I have asked all, in capital letters, of my family for a story. No one has one.
No.
Just like, I was like, why are you picking me? I have no story. I'm like, here's why, Amber, because you are you and you are amazing.
Oh.
Sorry that was long-winded. I'm like, keep on writing. Apparently I like to read, especially when it's about us.
Yeah. Right.
It's fine. Okay. But she says, the organization that is near and dear to my heart right now would be the Greensboro Science Center. This place is amazing, and the work that everyone here has for their job is unparalleled. Each and every caretaker cares about the health and well-being of the animals.
Oh,
I know. I'm like, that's amazing. Thanks for choosing me. And next time I'm in town, I totally want to hang out and grab dinner with you ladies. For sure, we are down for that, Amber.
100% Amber. I can't wait.
Okay,
Amber, I love Amber.
So I will post their website because I looked it up, and you can, if you want to give a gift or donate, but basically it's like a museum or like a not necessarily aquatic center, but for all animals.
Okay.
So it's like in between a museum and a zoo.
Okay.
That's what I would guess, but basically focuses around like the science of animals. Okay. So I love that, and we will definitely. Nora would love that. So, worthy cause, and we will post that website on Facebook and where you can donate, and on Instagram, and what else we got? TikTok. Have you put your renegade down? What you got going? Have you been dancing on TikTok lately?
No, so far I've only done the video of Ellie. Remember when she was trying to?
Oh, funny.
And then you know who liked it? And I say that because I can only say one person.
Sophie.
No, sweet Rochelle. She's the only one.
Oh, Rochelle. Of course. Of course.
The only one who followed.
Oh, I love you. It's because she's youngin'.
Oh, yeah.
She's
probably.
So cute.
Okay. We need to end this. Okay. So.
Good night, everybody. And here's what you do.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Just search My Skeptical Sister.
TikTok if you miss Ellie.
Oh, and TikTok. Yeah. We'll see if I can get some more content on there. Actually, Sophie got mad at me that I posted that video without her help. It's a whole nother thing.
Okay, well.
So anyways, follow us there. Rate, review, and subscribe on Apple if you got it. Or just listen to us as much as you can because we love it. And... tell your friends and send us your emails at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. If you've got a story, great. If you've got any kind of weird, creepy story if you've got a UFO of any sort, please tell us.
Give us the UFOs.
No, I meant your reference of UFOs.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Any unidentified
Yeah.
Flying
you don't know.
objects.
You're like, this weird thing happened. What happened?
Yeah, we want them. So thanks, and we will talk to you guys. We'll talk to you very soon, but you'll hear us again next week. Bye.
I did not get that last word in. You told me not to get the last word in.
I wanted you to say bye.
Bye.
La 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 la.